How do you lose weight and change your actual shape? This is what this video is about. And if you're looking for a 30-second solution, this is not it. You may as well just not even watch this video. But I think that most of you know what I'm talking about. A person is this big, and then all of a sudden they lose 50 pounds, and they're this big, but they're still round. They still don't look like they're in shape. If you didn't know they lost 50 pounds, you'd still say that they're overweight. There are a couple of things that you can do, so let's just dive right into it. First of all, losing weight starts in the kitchen. We all know that, and there are so many diets out there, and it is so confusing because some people say that you should go full-blown plant-based. Some people say that you should eat nothing but a ribeye steak once a day, and you shouldn't even drink water. And they're both right, because what they're both saying is you should stop eating crappy foods. Any food that has a long shelf life, any food that you get at a fast food restaurant is probably not going to be right for you. So when it comes to figuring out what the best diet is for you, because all of us have different biochemistries and also all of us have different activity levels. A person who is not very active is going to need to consume, for example, less carbohydrates in general than a person who's active. But a person who's super active, who's working out a lot, is going to have a hard time on a diet that doesn't supply enough carbohydrate energy. This is just fact. So in trying to figure out what type of diet will work for you, try to experiment with different diets and give yourself a break and give yourself a time. The important thing is to not what's called drink the Kool-Aid and buy into a philosophy that doesn't work for you just because the influencer on YouTube has abs or is good looking, that type of thing. So many people follow diets simply because the person has breasts and abs and is very good looking. That doesn't necessarily mean that diet that they follow is going to work for you. So having said that, if you just cut out highly processed foods and fast foods, now you have to go to the market. Well, what do you buy? You try to buy things that are in their natural state. For example, a carrot, a banana, an apple, a vegetable, any type of vegetable, broccoli, for example. And then meats. When you think about what are the ingredients, there are no ingredients. The ingredients are the actual food. But if you go to the middle part of the market and you start looking at boxes, you'll see that certain foods, let's do corn flakes or frosted flakes or cookies or potato chips, you'll see that they have a tremendous amount of ingredients, and you can't even read the ingredients because you don't know what they are. If you read an ingredient and you don't know what it is, it's probably not good for you. So getting into the kitchen and learning how to cook, I have lots of recipes on how to cook natural, healthy foods. In fact, at the end of the video, I'll just put one video at the end at the box. Now you have to wait till the end of the video. That's the carrot, if you will. But the thing is, there'll be a video here. I'll give you a good recipe that you can start with that's super healthy, super tasty, and doesn't cost a lot of money. Now, the second key to changing your shape is to exercise. Now, there's different types of exercise. There's cardiovascular exercise, there's weight training, there's interval training. There's lots of different ways to skin the cat. The answer is you should be doing it all. Do something different every day. The simplest way to exercise would be to just get outside and walk. Most people that walk a lot tend to lose weight easier. Now, that's not going to do anything for the shape of your upper body, but it's a good start. You could pick 5,000 steps, 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps. It doesn't matter. The 10,000 step idea was simply just a marketing idea. There is no magic in doing 10,000 steps when 9,000 steps is worthless, for example. The big problem here is that when most people are morbidly or clinically or significantly overweight, they have a hard time exercising, and there's a couple issues with it. Number one is the emotional component, the stress and anxiety that people feel when they go into a gym and they don't feel as though they fit in to the gym. That's probably the number one reason why you should not go to a gym. The problem is that if you are so emotionally distraught because you're fearing exercise, I can tell you this, that most people are not looking at you. Most people don't notice you. Also, I think 99% of people, when they see a big person working out, they actually can give a high five or a kudos because they respect you more when you're doing it. So don't be shy about working out. It's a big problem for a lot of people, but I can tell you that most people either don't care, don't notice you, or will more than likely congratulate you for giving it a shot. But when you are significantly big, it's hard to work out. So the best thing to do would be to start easy with something like walking. Don't go into high intensity interval training. I know that that's big on YouTube, it's big on the social media, that everybody says that's the best way to lose weight, and it is the best way to lose weight for people that are already in shape. But when you go and work out, if you were to do a high intensity interval section, you're not going to last more than a couple minutes, and you're simply not going to burn much in the way of calories from doing that. And you're probably going to get injured because of your weight. So it's better to start out very, very easy. In addition to that, when someone's really significantly out of shape and they start doing things that are too intense, you can raise your heart rate too much, you can raise your blood pressure too much, you could actually end up having a heart attack or a stroke because you're exercising. So that's the reasoning behind why you would start out with cardiovascular exercise such as walking and doing it in a very relaxed, easy state, but doing it frequently every single day, because as you start to lose weight and get in better shape, then you can start adding, for example, weights. If you start adding weights, start out light, obviously, and just go through some basic ranges of motion. A weight training session should not last longer than 30 minutes if you are doing it yourself. If you're in a gym, you may have to wait for machines and stuff, and that can be a problem. And that's why I let patients know that the best thing to do instead of joining a gym would be to spend $200 on a set of weights, various hand weights and bands, and really then you have it for the rest of your life. So if you figure out a diet that works for you, that you can tolerate, that you can start to learn how to cook and make meals in a quick way that are healthy, and then you start exercising, not only will you lose weight, but the actual shape of your body will change. So that when you lose 50 pounds, it's not just 50 pounds of fat, but you gained muscle, your cardiovascular fitness is up. You look like a healthy person, which is ultimately what all of us want to have occur. But always remember to give yourself time. That is really the one thing that most people have trouble with, is they want instant results. We're always looking for hacks on TikTok or Instagram, the 30-second hack that made me lose weight. These types of programs very seldom produce very good results. This is why Jack LaLanne used to say that exercise is king and diet is queen, and together they form a kingdom. That is why he said it. Of course, it's your body that is the temple of that kingdom.